What does the word home mean these days? Photos from the legendary Magnum agency show what it means to different people around the world.
This is Thomas Höpke, Magnum photographer and patron of the photo festival Mannheim-Ludwigshafen-Heidelberg. He's showing us the exhibition No Place Like Home in Ludwigshafen. What's home for him?
Home is the place you go to look at your pictures, to sit at a desk and, with a magnifying glass, look at and select them, and later make prints.
For non-photographers, home is more of a private refuge, though for some, it can be a four-walled prison. British photographer Martin Parr, for instance, takes shots of people's front lawns and houses. His motto, "Show me your facade, and I'll show you who you are." He's the jester among Magnum's members.
He wasn't the ideal art photographer, and Henri Cartier-Bresson was very much against accepting him. There were heated debates, and it took a few years before we finally accepted him. Now we're very pleased he's with us.
In the 1970s, Thomas Höpke traveled around communist East Germany. He was one of the first West German photographers permitted to take pictures of East German homes. Today, these look like black and white depictions of dreariness, but back then, the subjects were proud of their new wall unit.
During one such visit, a minder came along, a man in a leather coat. He's not here in the picture, but he sat in the corner. And here on the table are what we dubbed state cake and cookies.
There's something a little voyeuristic about looking into strangers' living rooms. Some images are quite funny. And often a picture really is worth 1,000 words.
You can tell a good shot from your gut feeling, that tingling that says, it's great.
These images show just how flexible the concept of home can be. Norwegian photographer Jonas Bendiksen spent weeks living in and taking pictures of the world's biggest slums. His mounted panoramas show an entire household, housed in a single room. This is where poverty lives.
We want to show how people who have it bad live and report it from close up. We have an eye for this and the privilege of being able to stay in an area for a long time.
Though there's no place like home, we're leaving Ludwigshafen and heading for Mannheim to see an exhibition entitled Uprooted. Magnum curator Andrea Holzherr is our guide.
We're an agency dedicated to reporting on wars and conflicts. If you only talk about bombs and bomb blasts, then you're missing the main point. Ultimately, it's about people.
People without a home, fleeing from war zones, poverty, or religious persecution. Magnum's photographers have documented these individuals' plight from 1945 right through to the present day. Andrea Holzherr shows us 3 examples from recent history.
This is in Macedonia during the war in the Balkans. What's so fascinating about this picture is the fatigue, the sheer fatigue after these incredibly long marches. And this one's in Tunisia, taken by Paolo Pellegrin. What's so great is that it captures this wind of change. They've all come together and things are taking off. Here's a small photo of a lost-looking father and son who've arrived in Lesbos, Greece. The idea behind this show was also to allow the viewer to touch the refugees in a way.
These apocalyptic images of devastated landscapes and refugee camps would fit well into the Uprooted exhibition. But they're from a third show, of photos from modern-day Germany. The photo festival comprises 8 exhibitions, each one more moving than the next. Their themes, home, exile, and community, are both timeless and topical.